Hello, can you hear me now? If you can hear me, say hi. Please. Hear me. Okay, yeah, I think the network is clear now. Not really the network, but it's okay. Hello, can you hear me loud and clear? Everybody, can you hear me loud and clear? Hello, can you hear me? Okay, all right. If you can see my screen, put it in and say I can see your screen. Yeah, so we need to move at a very high speed. So if you can see my screen and if you can hear me, put it in comment section. This law, I think that should be your network. Writing is blurry. If that should be your network, if the screen is blurry or you are connecting with your phone, a echo. Can you still hear echo? Is it still echoing? Can you? All right. Yeah. Good evening, everybody. I think a large percentage can actually see my screen and increase. Yeah. Okay. You should. Good day, everyone. Once again. So I'll be your instructor today. It has been awesome in this internship program. So has been the first official class or official training we are having. We Okay, thank you for looking. Be having this first class on YouTube. Then the subsequent meetings we're going to be meeting on Teams on Microsoft. We need to move at a very high speed. When I mean very high speed, because we have a lot of projects to work on, especially building algorithms, building AI security is not that easy. So for us to move at a very high speed, we need to move everybody to our YouTube channel. Thank you. All right. So from the introduction to Internet of Medical Things and cyber threats, into to Internet of Medical Things and cyber threats. So I told every one of us in the first in the onboarding that okay, you should make a research on Internet of Medical Things. So I think it's time for you to deliver. So just put it in on the if if you can hear me here, put it on the comment section what you think Internet of Medical Things is, and what is your expectation in this course. Just within just put it in um, 2 to 3 sentences, okay? Just put into 2 to 3 sentences what you understand by Internet of Medical Things, and what you expect in the internship program. So I'll be waiting. I'll give you guys 3 minutes to do that. Yeah. Was to put it on the comment section what you understand by Internet of Medical Things, and probably your expectation. The person, how we move on, just to know that you can hear me loud and can someone confirm if my speaker is on? If my speaker is on, if you can hear me. Okay. Uh, all right. All right. I think if you can hear me, just put it on the comment section what you understand. Interconnected medical, yeah, devices. Yeah, medical. Can you hear me? Okay, it seems okay. It's okay now. Okay, yeah. Lawa, Internet of Medical Things are smart devices used to connect to the internet for providing help and resolving patient ailments. Yusuf, a network of interconnected medical devices and applications that collect, analyze, and transmit health data. Mhm. Okay. All right. Internet of Medical Things is a network of medical devices and applications that connect to health care IT systems through computer networks. Internet of Medical Things is a network of devices used for medical devices. Okay. Yeah, Mary, Internet of Medical Things is a network of smart medical devices that connect to the internet to monitor, collect, and send health data, right? Okay, it helps doctor track patients remotely and respond to it faster. Okay, it's system. So Mary is expecting to learn how Internet of Medical the key security issues involved. Okay, fine. All right. That is a good one. Thank you guys. That is a very good one to start. Recently, we started. Recently, we started making advances on Internet of Medical Things in our because the AI team, yeah, we got some. big projects at times to work on. So we realized during our research, we realized that a lot of people, uh, like in the tech space, what you can hear about is, but some people do not even know that Internet of Medical Things um, actually uh, we actually have Internet of Medical Things. Some people believe it's just Internet of Things. All right. So, but here, let me tell you what you should work and how it works. And we are going to build a machine learning algorithms that we detect malicious attack, detect that will also protect the Internet of Medical Things. Yeah. So that is Internet of Medical Things refers, I can say, is an infrastructure of medical devices, software applications, and health systems that communicate through networking technologies. I repeat. So it's ed infrastructure. So of medical devices, um, software applications, and health system that communicates through networking technologies. So you will believe me that in a standard hospital, good doctor is on Netflix. Just type good doctor, so we understand how this project will work very fast for us. So go and put things is proper. So if you hear that, type it on the comment section. Good doctor. Good doctor. Go and see the movie. All right. So the connected infrastructure devices. So if you go to a standard hospital, let's say in Nigeria, we have some standard hospital here in Lagos. We have some standard hospital that have their devices connected through networking. That is why when you are the surgery department, the patient data, yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, you see the ECG department, patient data, and other departments in the hospital. You can see a a so all of these things, they are connected through networking. Through networking, don't worry, you ask questions. Just flow with the class, please. Okay? No, you will forget the question. Though you can still drop it in the comment section. Then we note that. Then we answer it later. Yeah. So so those things can also be um, can be attacked. Why? Because it is it comes from it flows through. Yes, that is the work of network. That's why you can be in the ECG department. The doctor gave some prescriptions, and doctor tells you go to the pharmacy. It's happening in Nigeria. All of these things is happening in Lagos, in a lot of hospitals here in Lagos and Abuja. Yeah, even yeah, some parts of other states. Yeah, then go to the pharmacy and pick your drugs. You go there. When you get there, they input your name, and you know. So all of these things can also be attacked. We don't take cognizance of this in the tech space. That is. when I mean tech space, um, the Internet of Medical Things, you don't take note, those data can also be breached. So please, I want you to pay attention. It's going to be an awesome um, experience for us. So some of you will come over, we get our data for this algorithm. So when we get there, I know we cross it. We get some data online, and we're going to do it ourselves. So it's not going to be okay. We bring a data set to train the algorithm. We're going to get all the data sets ourselves. So so that is just a brief explanation of Internet of Medical Things. So what I have on the screen, I said, Internet of Medical Things is revolutionizing healthcare by connecting medical devices and applications to improve patient care. Yeah, so it won't be as if, okay, let's say you start running your to know your blood group and genotype often and often. So everything is already stored in the database. Okay, so it improves patient care, and there's going to be a kind of history in the come anytime and make access to or make request this information. So our job in this internship program, our job is that we are going to build an algorithm that will protect this Internet of Medical Things we just explained. So for detect uh, any malicious attack, then from there, after the is going to prevent it. Believe me, after the program, we could be a millionaire. We sell it out. Yeah, it's going to be a tedious work. Yeah, we we can sell it out to hospitals, every part of the country. We can make it a solution. We can build a brand on that. So yeah, lucky to be pro. So you can see the statistics and say this rapidly expanding field is projected to reach a market price of $285 billion. So showing its critical importance and growth potential. So however, innovation comes increasing cybersecurity concerns. Yeah. So when you see that movie Good Doctor to some point, you see that there's an IT person there that is securing the data. You can see everything in the hospital is connected. Electricity, everything is connected. Even their CT scan, their MRI scan, everything is connected into a one database. Uh, I think $1 million ransom. You can see if these things could happen. Another thing is that there could be some exploitation aside from the ransom aspect. There could be breaching, say they might want to thief, they might want to, I'm sorry, steal the data. Let's say manipulating data from the back end. So how do you all of these things? So we do all of these things, building algorithm to detect any form of attacks, be it JavaScript injection, be it SQL injection, be it any man-in-the-middle attack, any form of attacks whatsoever. So we are going to understand. So right now, I think risk. We know the risk about the risk and concerns about Internet of Medical Things. So the next slide says, so the definition of Internet of Medical Things, I've said it, so it's a network of interconnected medical devices and application designed to collect, analyze, and okay. So the scene that I gave you then, I said it's It is the connected infrastructure of medical devices. Name them, any medical devices you can ever think of. Yes, is it can be connected into one database. That is why you don't do in that place. There is nothing that is manual. So once you're doing an MR scan, every other department, when a patient carried out CT scan, every other department can have access to it. So you can see the in the connections of medical devices. All right. So if you can hear me, type I. Let me see if you can hear me so that we know that we are following. Hello. If you can hear me, drop it in. All right. All right. All right. Thank you. So the key application and examples. Let's say remote patient monitoring devices like continuous glucose and wearable EEGs, ECGs, allowing real-time health tracking from home. Yes. So in this case, where there is in a remote kind of in a remote parts of any cities, so the essence of Internet of Medical Things is when you have this, you can actually when you go into this remote area, everything will still be stored in their database. It is the aspect in tech that is fascinating. So let's say, okay, you go on an outreach. It's a bunch of medical team went on an outreach. So carried out some medical outreaches and all. So in the local places, you can once you are so far the device has been connected before, right? So it can be stored in their database. It's going to be stored in the database. So our home, what we're doing in this program, the process of moving this into the data into the local or remote area. It could be um, Aka's my okay. Let me Aka's the word is not ethical. So they might impact this even during the process of moving it into the local. So telemedicine and virtual care. Can you tell me in the comment section any hospital in Nigeria that is doing this? Any hospital that you know, let's see, that is doing Internet of Medical Things. Can you hear me? Hello. Maybe a few hospitals. Okay. So none of us have been into any hospital in Nigeria that is actually that have this kind of settings. First cardio consultants. Medcare. Wow. Okay. Yeah, there are a lot of. Have anyone been to clinics? I think is a diagnostic center in Lagos. Clinics. All right. If you're in Lagos, you will know clinics. Yeah, they I think they have. Okay. Yeah, I think they have the settings. They have the settings of internet of medical things. So we will be going there. Like we are having some arrangement to go to all these clinics. The first thing that is going to be the first that is going to be the first assignment for you guys. Will be visiting this hospital to see how it works. Let's say two hospitals, yeah, just to see how the internet of medical things works. Then you guys will also be the one to structure how you want the algorithms. What are the benefits of internet of medical things? What are the benefits? It improved patient outcomes. It increased efficiency and cost savings. Then market growth. Market growth. Okay, let me start from market growth. All right. So as a tech person, if you realize that this kind settings that we these settings we have, we're talking about, I'm very sure you'll be you'll be much interested to visit the hospital. Yes, because you know that you can, you know, the settings when you can call for, like you can call for your tech, even if it's 3 years ago, you can call for it. They send it to you via your email. Many of you have been. You can, if you're in Lagos, you will know how to do that. Yeah, they can send it to you via email. Um, Clinics as well also have that. They can send, put it down to you for you in written format. You lost everything, so you can you don't have any choice than to go back to that hospital and do the same test you've done, let's say 3 months or 4 months ago. You see that? So what we're saying here is that to like you have a cost savings, it save you money when you see hospital that have this kind of settings. So and it increase the efficiencies. Before you still be carrying paper registration form, you'll be carrying. These days you don't carry cards. Just go to the receptionist and tell them you want to see doctor. They book your appointment with the doctor. Just tell them your full name. They type it. They book your appointment. You go see your doctor. Your doctor prescribe many things, and you go there and you know have your. Is it not seamless? Very seamless. So this is what we're going to do. It's going to be very interesting, like very interesting. When we move ourselves to teams, we'll be able to talk to ourselves very well, right? Yeah, I know. So it's going to be very interesting, guys. So me myself, I'm highly excited. Like I'm excited to witness this myself. So in time, some of us will be going to the clinic to see how it works. But if you can make it, no problem. If you can make it down to the location, no problem. We have you. Okay. So, security challenges in Internet of Medical Things. If you can hear me, say hi so that I will know that you guys are still with me. So, cybersecurity challenges in Internet of Medical Things. Number one is risk. constraints. Okay, okay, thank you. Internet of medical things devices often have limited processing power. They have small memory and restricted battery life, limiting complex security implications. Yes. Okay. You know, okay, when you see this movie we're talking about, you and that is why it is very important. So I don't want to hear I'm not a movie person. I'm not a movie person. If you want to follow us to the end of this program, you need to see that movie. Even if I think they have, I don't know the number of seasons they have. I saw a few episodes and I grabbed. Okay, so I grabbed everything there. So, guys, one of the limitations they have, which they can actually build on, more or less like their weaknesses, and which I'm very sure is they are working on that in the advanced country like US, Canada, UK, and many advanced countries. So is that they have low memory and limited processing power. Yes, limited processing power. Once it's off, and a restricted battery life. So that means there must be power 24/7 to access this. There must be power because it's connected through. What if there's um, we can build on these limitations and make it um, the strength? All right. So while we are writing this of this project is part of Mary. I want you to note this. So while we're building this, and everybody, please note this. While we're building this, it's going to be part of the documentation of the project. Okay. So heterogeneity. Now, the diverse hardware, operating systems, and communication protocols complicate unified security strategies. Yeah, that's true. So complicates unified security strategies. Now, if the system, let me put it this way: if the system mm, does not have a power, for example, it is very easy for the hackers to penetrate. Yes. Why? Because okay, let's say in the remote settings where there is no power, there is limited internet space and all. So I'm very sure that this is where they are going to see their lapses. Okay, they started doing their vulnerability assessment, trying to get a loophole, and also, we recently in our company we built something, and we realized that in few days we started seeing traffics, something that we just put on the side, like 2 days, 3 days, then we started seeing traffics. People like all these malicious people started from India and many other countries. You see, so it is a challenge to Internet of Medical Things as well. So these are the things that we want to work towards achieving this, to protect people's healthcare, like to protect people healthcare, people um, to protect people's healthcare. So we and operations and patient safety demands minimal. Okay, right. So, um, if some of us, if you are a doctor or you are in the medical line, can you just put it in the comment section and say, I just raise up your hand if you are a medical person? Hello, can you hear me? We just want to know because we need some data. Yeah, we need some data. Okay, you have biomedical background. Okay, fine. Yeah, all right. Any other person? Oh, wow. Okay. Wow, that's great. Doctor. Okay, noted. Please, Mary, can you can note POB? Yeah, you can note. Yeah, you can. Yeah, please note. We need some information about compliance and many more from there. All right. So it has a strict requirement. Yeah, it has a strict. Yeah. Okay. From the insurance. All right. So these are some of the challenges in the Internet of Medical Things. So for you to be able to comply uh, with the um, regulations, so you need to. So that's why we are going to consult um, the HIPAA, that's the Health Insurance Probability. We're going to consult them so to know some of the requirements. So this will also help us in the creation of our algorithms. Okay. So these are the common cyber threats to Internet of Medical Things. There can be a malware and ransomware. So what was the kind of threat that was launched to those people in the Good Doctor is ransomware. Yeah, the ransomware and malware. So, for the sake of people, um, your leaders told us that there's some people that are starting from the beginner aspect. So that's why we are not rushing all of these things. We're not rushing it. So we will take it step by step, guide. We believe that a lot of things have been happening on your on your page. This is internship. We give you tasks to do. Now that is expected of us to do. Give you tasks to do and complete. We do the project, our project together. But what about those that are beginners? So um, we need to put them into considerations. So common cyber threats to malicious to Internet of Medical Things. Another one is data breaches, denial of service attack. So you can read about all these attacks. So we are not going to actually dwell more on this because we are focusing on building AI security for the sake of the vulnerability assessment and penetration testing, we're actually going to be dwelling more on all of these attacks, right? So, yeah. So, phishing, that is healthcare staff targeted to gain unauthorized access to systems. Yeah, an email, a suspicious email can be sent to and um, their staff, and they click on this link, the link that contains backdoors that that can um, that is dedicated to steal their data. So these are the threats that can be launched. So our home, we are focusing, yeah, on this in this group, we are focusing on creating algorithms that will detect malwares, ransomware, uh, denial of service attacks. Yeah, also man in the middle attacks. I think we need to include this into this file. We include that man in the middle attack when they are targeting the network. Most of them they connect to the internet. That is why network hacking is the basis of any cybersecurity course, right? Because the first thing that you can ever think of when you want to when you're targeting people penetrate through their network. So the man in the middle attack is there when they they are fooling the victim, the router, and yeah, they are the router, and they are connected to the internet, right? So, but the the hackers is actually the man in the middle, meaning that every information that passed through the internet of medical things, like for example, in that hospital will flow through the hacker's computer. So that is man in the middle attack. In the man in the middle attack, there can a lot of attacks can be launched within that man in the middle attack, which is uh, JavaScript injection um, by because of that JavaScript injection, they can inject a link, Trojans, backdoors in the link that will capture just for them to gain access to exploit the data, right? So to exploit their devices. Also, email can be sent to any staff in the hospital. Once you click on that email, they gain access to the device. So I want you to focus more on this cyber threat, and I'm giving you work on this so that we will know how to train our um, our algorithm on how to detect some of these malicious attack. So once it detects it, then the second is going to prevent by neutralizing the malicious attacks. Is that clear? If you can hear me, if you can hear me, say hi. All right. Yeah. Thank you. Internet of medical things security best practice. So what you can advise? So you can after this training you can get a speaking engagement in any hospital or health care center. So what are the things that you're going to build on, that advice you're going to give them? So They are going to tell a strong password. Yeah, into they should implement a strong password that is above 8 that contain characters and contain numbers and the case sensitive. Yeah. Then timely software update. So to me, I normally advise some companies that every weeks, because there are some companies that the admin have the control over it. So we should create a kind of settings that will prompt staff to change their computer, excuse me, every 2 weeks, so that um, it we yeah, there are some. So after my advice, there are a lot of companies that actually um, yielded to this, and it has been saving them for against malicious attack. So what about those that can be how will I put this? That can be obstinate to do this. So that is why AI is the best. Just put it to AI. Once you see this, neutralize. Once you see this, neutralize. You know, our work is very simple. Very simple. Tell the AI to do this. Once you see this, neutralize. When you see this type of thing, neutralize. So that is what we want to build. So engage, strong password, timely system updates, and regular vulnerability assessment. So regular vulnerability assessment can be costly, or want to come as a team to build do this automatically. Is that not interesting? Okay, network segmentation. So isolate critical devices with straight access control. Let's say MRI, for example. So like you have a street access control. Uh, during my internship at the UCH, 2016 thereabouts, the lab, there was a lab, maybe a hematology lab. I can't say well, it's been long. So I think it's hematology. So there was a machine usage cost that time. I think they got it around 100 million. So the device is sold to operate it. So you can do something like that. Like you can advise them, most of the critical devices then should have is data encryption. So you can engage a cryptographer, a cryptographer are the people that write encryptions and can also decrypt. You see that? So they can write the encryption, and they can also decrypt it. So you can engage them to help them write encryptions. And so our home in this team, you know, in this team, I'm not sure where I'm going to engage you, like we're going to engage you in cryptography, but there's some aspect in building this algorithm that will engage us to uh, that we make us to write a little encryptions. So during that time, just make sure you follow. I'm writing it down so that I won't forget to carry you guys along. All right, because when we get there, I can just keep you guys and but I'm putting it down just to carry you guys along. Yeah, security awareness. But yeah, all of these things. If you can forget to do all of these things, but you know, knowing it as your, let's say, as the hospital owner, but what about others, staff? Educate them weekly. You can send an email. You can send an email that says, okay, guys, um, beware of clicking any malicious attacks on your, you know. So if you see any links, if you see any page that is different from the company's identity, so please reach out to the IT guys. So all of these things, let's create awareness. Yeah, there's some people that will still be obstinate. They will click on malicious link. So that is the essence of this training, to have of this community. You understand? So we are all coming together to as team. I'm part of your team. So in this team and in the other team. So I don't know anything. So we are all coming together as start as a beginner. Me, I'm also a beginner, right? So we are coming together to do this algorithm. So these are the regulatory bodies. So that is why I asked for any medical person. Can you see? Can you see my screen? The regulatory bodies, we need to make contact with them via emails. An email for your team lead and your assistant team lead. So we'll be reaching out to them, create a kind of official email to them. Please, Mary, please remind me. Mary, please remind me email for you guys, our official email. All right. So that we know what are the things that is guiding, what are the compliance says that what are the regulations that we need to follow. So because why are we doing this? This is very important. We're doing this because spending our time, spending 3 months to build this algorithm after every life. We want to, we can sell it. We can sell the product. We can sell it to investors. We can sell anybody. We can make it a startup. Depends on what you guys agree on. We are, we are not going to impose anything. We are going to have a meeting, what you agreed on, then how we can sell this. So we don't want a situation whereby we complete this project the day it is not accepted. It is not acceptable in the market because we didn't comply. You see that we want everything we are doing to be successful. Yes, everything is going to be successful. Everything to be successful. That's why it is very important to reach out to the regulatory bodies to carry them along. When it comes to it, AI, you know, especially the medical field, they're kind of skeptical, kind of scared. You understand? So we are reaching out to them. Then all the regulations will be so future trends in internet or medical thing security. So AI. So we are building on this AI powered threat detection. So machine learning helps spot anomalies and protects proactive like okay. We are creating this not only to detect, then also to protect. You see that? So are we not excited? Right. So we can also make it as a service. security as a service. That's why I said we need to agree. Okay, we're going to agree on what we want to do, either to sell it one off and think of other solutions. You understand? So it depends on how we want it. Okay, blockchain for data security. So and zero trust architecture. So depends on what we want to do, right? So all right. So securing it now, we're creating a machine learning algorithm, and we aim to detect and respond to cyber threats effectively. So prepare yourself. All right. Machine learning for Internet of Medical Things Security. Just an overview. Please, I want you to pay attention to all of these things. This is the time for you. So we all know what Internet of Medical Things is right now. We know the challenges, we know the limitations, we know what exactly we want to do. Then it's time for us to now focus more on the aim, on the goal of this program, which is to build an algorithm that it detects, right. An overview, detect and protect, just an overview. So anomaly detection, so detect unusual device behavior to spot potential. These are the things that we're going to build. Okay, supposed to detect threats. Unsupervised. We're still going to we introduce it to machine learning, but today is for orientation and your environment setup. At the end of this training, we're going to the link where you download um, the the environment we want. We're going to drop it in this comment section. It's not going to your it's not going to your WhatsApp platform. So that is the essence of coming to class. Okay, so and um, you download, then I want to see you downloading it and probably install them. So some of you might have some of this environment in your on your laptop, but we send it to you guys. Still have 40 minutes to go. So the use case one, like okay, use case one, we have anomaly detection from attack. So we're building a machine learning model can be trained that will train. We're going to train it on normal operational data of Internet of Medical Things devices to identify unusual that indicate compromised behavior. So that do what? Identify unusual patterns that indicate compromised behavior. So this, like I said, when you see JavaScript, I don't know. Okay, don't worry. I'm going to launch a JavaScript injection for you guys. I'm going to open my environment later just for you to know how JavaScript injection looks like, even SQL injection, just for testing sake. Yeah, SQL and some of this. So you'll be seeing it. So not just that you will be building algorithm. No, we're not just going to be building algorithms. We build algorithm. That's the goal. That's the major goal. But so as an expert, as an AI expert, security expert, that is building this algorithm. So when you say JavaScript injection, how do you identify them? Hello, are you with me? Please say hi if you can hear me. All right. So when you see, thank you. When you see Java, it's important to show you all of these things. You don't really need to. You don't really need to know how to organization except for penetration testing. Yeah, except for penetration testing. Like they tell you, okay, run ethically. Yeah, run uh, a JavaScript injection on this profile, on this app. Yeah, run a JavaScript injection on this app just to test. Like also man in the middle. So we want to train an AI. We want to train AI. So we want to build an AI. So you need to know what uh, all of these things looks like. Okay, so nobody is anybody. We are all coming together to do this. So detecting of these malicious activities. Okay, then we use intrusion detection system. Yeah, so we use intrusion detection system IDS and um, intrusion protection system for the AI as well. So the third one is we're going to use a predictive maintenance and vulnerability assessment. So you see, that is why I said it is very important for us to know this thing works. You understand? So we're going to do kind of vulnerability assessments, but not majorly compared to the other people. So, but we're going to focus more on Internet of Medical Things. Okay, so um, and we're going to predict failure. So a regression model to forecast device failure such as battery depletion, exploitation. So exploit their goal, they act. That's why they call it post connection and post exploitation attacks. So the first phase is their pre-connection. The pre-connection is for them to gather information about you, to gather information about your device. That is pre-connection. Then the post-connection attack on the other hand is, the loopholes. None is to run the attack for exploitation. So once they saw got the loopholes, so the loophole is what we want to block per seconds. So per seconds, detect the anomalies per seconds, then uh, protect protect it. That is what we're building. So for this hacker, they exploit the devices once they got the loopholes. So we don't want to allow loopholes in all the Internet of Medical Things devices. Okay, so it's time for us to set up your environment. We'll be using Python and some of the machine learning libraries. So I'll be showing you vulnerability assessments. Yeah, some of the tools in Kali Linux where you can use for vulnerability assessment. So, but just for you to see how it works, then I'm going to run a JavaScript injection, an SQL injection, so that when you work for, okay, let's say you work for an organization later, the internship, then it is, and when you see any kinds of attacks, you know how to. Okay. So, do we have any question? Do we have any question? So, how do you see the class? Is it? Are you excited? Are you excited? It's, yeah, it's not really bad. Yeah, let me say, not really bad about Internet of Medical thing. This Lagos, in Lagos, for example. Yeah, I had to visit some hospital in Abuja as well in the last 2 months. Nigeria is not really bad. They are doing fine. Some of these private hospitals, they are doing fine when it comes to Internet of Medical things. So what we can say here is that considering the S sector, um, the let me say the government part, not private. As a matter of fact, there is, let's say private hospitals in Lagos, let's say 50% of them have this. Yes. So Nigeria is not really doing bad. So the essence of also, let's say after creating this AI, we can pitch to the government. So, then so government doesn't have it in place. Some government hospital doesn't have it in place already. So what do we want to? How do we want to impute the AI? So we go for the private hospitals, and we are not only targeting Nigeria, right? We're also targeting you know, the other countries. Yeah. As a matter of fact, this project is coming from there. I want to be sure if I've answered your question. Internet of medical things is actually valuable. Yeah, it's really valuable because the world is going digital, global is going digital. So do I answer your question, Arabic? All right, thank you. Do we have any other question? Yeah, go ahead. No problem. Ask a question. So, the link sent to this chat is for your environment. So, I want you all to download them. So, during the course of the week, we engage you to see if you're having issues. If you're having issues installing them, so our team on the WhatsApp platform will assist you. So the second link is your attendance. Okay, so make sure you it's going to disconnect the attendance. Okay. What if the hospital does not allow? This could be due to security concerns, privacy law. Hmm. That is why we're going to write them. Okay, we're going to write them. Go in group as we're going to go as company, not individual. Okay, we're going there as a company, not as individual, just to explore them, just to explore what they do, not really something fancy. Okay, not really something fancy. We're just going there to see how down to. Hmm. Is it necessary to use PyCharm? PyCharm is also inside the Anaconda. Make sure you mark your attendance. Any other questions, please? 19 minutes to go, so you can still ask questions. So, if any one of you is familiar with Python, can you signify if you're familiar with Python? So, are you familiar with Python in this class? If you're familiar with Python, let me see you. Okay, no problem. So please, your attendance is very important. Very important. And if you want to pass any information across to you guys, your team and the system will do that. All right. So I think we are cool for today. So please, I want you to, um, we have a lot of people that attend this program now, and we just have just 8 likes. If you like this, just do a thumbs up and like the like so that it can go a long way. Yeah. So, um, please make sure you come to class. The next class is going to happen on Teams. So I want to see everybody I want to see everybody in the class. So this is going to be strict. We're going to be strict with this program. No attendance. No. Um, you don't have access to a lot of things that we have in stock for you. Okay. So now I want you to go out there and I told you about making noise, right? Yeah. So share your experience. It's gonna be tomorrow. Share your experience, class. What the main thing that you've learned so far today. The main thing you've learned. Put it on your LinkedIn profile. I'm just so familiar with. Sorry, I'm just so concerned about your LinkedIn account, your LinkedIn. So go out there, put it on LinkedIn. Okay, your first class, your experience, share your experience, and the main thing you've learned. Let other people also learn from you. So whoever can tell, the opportunity might come there. You might be in this internship program and land your job. Yes, I've seen people like that. I've seen testimonies, right? You on this on the internship program, few weeks of making noise, you land your job. So there's nothing. This is not a secret court, okay? This is where you showcase, you make noise. So that's why we are bringing people on board to teach you how to soft skills. We're bringing people from the UK, from the US to speak with you. Yeah, don't worry. You see the flyer going out just for you guys alone. You see the flyer going out very soon. Just to speak with you. We're bringing HR to speak with you. Not that we just writing algorithms. So we also want you guys to be impacted in areas aside the code, aside the technicalities of the, of your expertise, right? So we want you guys to be able. We also want you guys to be imparted in soft skills that you think that can sell you well. So please go on your LinkedIn, tag us, mention us, and explain the main things you've learned so far today. Yeah, the new thing you've learned, your experience. Okay, I know it's kind of difficult for you guys to type now. When we move to Teams next week, I will hear I will hear you, um, all of you talking. So it's going to be an interactive class. That's why I said nobody is training anybody. This is an internship. We are training ourselves together. So I'm also part of your team. I'm also an intern. Okay, so please try, and maybe you can start that tomorrow or Monday. You can use the whole week to write about Internet of Medical Things. Okay, what you've learned, the data you can use. So whoever can tell, you might get the person that will give us the data set to use from your connections. Okay, just write things, grow your grow your grow your channel, like grow your LinkedIn connect. You understand? So the more noise you make, the more you get um, visibilities. Okay. So please, I want you to go out there, your experience in today's class. Just write it. Build on a topic out of what you've learned. Maybe it could be the challenges in Internet of Medical Things, the limitations. There, just pick all this topic one after the other and write something. Okay, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be very interesting. It's going to be an interesting class. So please, guys, we are going higher. Yeah, we're going higher, and we see this to the end, building these algorithms. All right, there's a question here. How is this different from object-oriented programming? Object-oriented programming. See, what I would say is that okay, don't stress yourself much in about these things. These things, there are some people that are beginners here that will not really grab what I'm saying. You know, I don't want it to look more bogus in anybody's face. We have our model, which is going to be shared with your team lead, with your leaders. You know, you have two team leads now, so which is going to be shared with them. So it's going to be from the basis, okay? But what is going to be from the beginning? You guys will also do a lot of work by learning at a very fast pace. Yes, we're going to give you resources to use. Okay, we're going to give you resources to use that will make you to learn at a very, very fast pace. Right? So I don't know how to spell that your name, but I saw hope. Don't worry, you will understand uh, you will understand everything we want to do when you come to the class and you participate. Your participation is very important. So please, so I think we have come to the end of today's class. So please, I just want you to put it in the comment section of appreciation, or you know, if you are really impacted today, if you learned something, just put it in the comment section that you enjoyed today's section. So we just want to. So there's, I think, class. So your suggestions also matters. What you want us to be doing well or we are not doing, drop it in your WhatsApp platform. Okay. So it's going to be an awesome journey. If you are having difficulties getting your what's it called? Getting your the environment you sent, if you're having difficulties to setting them up, reach out, drop message on your WhatsApp platform, and we'll be there to answer you. All right. Thank you so much, guys. I think okay, maybe I'm not the only one in this class, but we'll see you next Saturday. And all right. All right. Thank you, Isaac. Thank you, Isaac, for that. Thank you. Yeah. So I don't just want um, to be more complex in this beginner class. This is just an introductory class. All right, thank you. That is just the answer, okay? Isaac, thank you. All right. I know we will see to the end of this program and we will be successful. Okay. So assignment, your assignment is to go to your the profile. It's just today you're having a fair task to do. Go to your LinkedIn page. I want to see every one of you because everything you do, we're going to see from Monday to Friday. Okay? You hear me? So go to your LinkedIn, write articles on internet of medical things, and what you've learned so far, the new things you've learned. Okay, put it there as well. Okay, so class that is Saturday 6 to 8 p.m. Our Teams, Microsoft Teams channel. Thank you.